4 fastest and cheapest Madden 20 Ultimate Team coins. Make sure you guys go check out my sponsor, EasyMut.com. Use code VENM at checkout for 5% off. Yo, what's up, guys? Fire here, back in the video, and today I'm be showing you guys how to run a one-play touchdown that competitive players use. Now, this is going to come to us out of the West Coast offensive playbook, but can really be used out of any gun bunch that has either wide receiver post or the bunch trail play. Also, if you have Hot Route Master, it can be duplicated out of any play out of gun bunch. Now, like I said, you're going to want to either have Hot Route Master or a slot apprentice. Usually, if you're passing the football, you have a slot apprentice here. I have two just because I run tight offset tight end, but the play that we're going to be running today is going to be this wide receiver post. Like I said, you could run out a bunch trail. What I'm also going to do is put my fastest receiver right here for the first setup. Now you basically want your fastest two guys on the outside. This guy's speed in the middle doesn't matter, so we just put Edelman there. So I think Harry's the second fastest, not exactly sure, but let's just go ahead and come out in this wide receiver post play. Now there's going to be setups on both hashes, both the short side and the wide side. So I'm just going to come out with my bunch on this right side. So I'm also going to be coming out in just a stock cover 3 sky. Boom. Alright, so for the first setup, obviously we're going to be targeting Philip Dorsett because he is the fastest receiver, and for this one we're using this deep post to get over the top of the zone. So what I'm going to do first of all is Smart Route X. If you don't know how to do that, it's just RB or R1. Also, like I said, if you have Hot Route Master, you can just put him on that post. It's basically the same exact route that he's on right now, but basically just smart routing him. What that does is just makes him a little bit shorter, so he's not as deep down the field. If he was even 5 yards deeper, I'm not sure that the one-play touchdown would work. So next, what I'm going to do is put RB on a corner route. Now, you guys will see why I do that in a little bit when I go to the replay, but basically this corner route is going to pull down that outside third, opening up our deep post down the field. So the last thing I'm going to do is put B on a streak. I'm also going to slide my pass protection to the right, double team this D end, just so that we're able to move to the right. Even with a pocket passer, we want to be a little bit to the right just so that the throwing trajectory is a little bit easier on ourselves. So last thing I'm going to do is motion N'Keal Harry over to this left side. He's going to basically pull over that middle third just a little bit so that the deep post gets a little bit more open. So you guys see, roll out to this right, pass lead all the way to the right side. Obviously bullet passing here, and Philip Dorsett does a great job getting atop of these zones. Now, you might be wondering why I'm running this on the short side. It's basically just because I feel like it makes the post a little bit shorter, takes less time to develop. That's just pretty much my reasoning. You could run this on the wide side, but I have seen it get potentially intercepted. It's just not as open as it is on the short side. You guys might think, oh, the corner's going to back off after the corner route. Nope, you guys saw he stayed down the entire time. The post is deep enough that it's not going to be an issue. So again, Smart Route X, and then go ahead, put RB on a corner route, B on a streak. You can do your pass protection adjustments, slide to the right, double team this guy, motion N'Keal Harry over to this left side. You kind of want to motion snap him, don't wait for him to set, just make sure that he's close enough to the end, and then just go ahead, roll out, pass this all the way to the right side, and you guys see, just get yourself a burner like Philip Dorsett, Tyreek Hill, Devin Hester, anybody with like 95 speed plus is what I would recommend. Let's go ahead and take this instant replay. I'm going to show you guys why this works. So you guys see, this is around where I snapped the ball with N'Keal Harry. Looks like he's about to end up getting set, but nope, we just snapped the ball. And I want to start off with this corner out with Julian Edelman. Look at how great this corner out is at pulling down the outside third. He's already pulled down. Philip Dorsett's not even on that hash, and look how he's just not going to recover ever. He doesn't even recognize that the post is on our field right now. And look, Philip Dorsett the ball gets thrown right about here, and the corner's not even close to being recovered. Obviously, he's going to end up getting wide open. So that's our corner route pulling him down. Now I want to take a look at N'Keal Harry and how this middle third reacts. So I'm actually going to back up a little bit, but basically N'Keal Harry is going to keep him over. Typically, if there was no streak on our field right here, the middle safety or free safety in our case would just be completely moving towards the post, and it would make it a more difficult throw. Throw. But in our case, boom, you guys see just a little bit of hesitation. If you pass that to the right, there's no way he's getting caught, even with a fast safety, especially if a have a good throw power quarterback and fast receiver. So I'll show you guys that one more time, then we will head into our second setup. So again, RB on a corner route, B on a streak, smart out X, double team this guy, slide to the right, do whatever. Motion Nikhil over to this left-hand side, and basically motion snap him once he gets to the end right there. Roll out, pass lead this all the way to the right side. We have like 5 yards of separation. Boom, easy touchdown. So that's our first setup. I'm going to show you guys another setup that you can orchestrate out of the same exact play. This one's going to be on the wide side because we're going to utilize the bunch a little bit more in this setup. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is put RB on a corner out again. It's going to be, again, beating the same coverage, so I don't have to switch anything. Now, I'm also going to go ahead and put B on a streak here, and I'm also going to smart out X. So basically, the same exact setup on paper. You could do that double team as well, but the only thing we're doing is just not motioning N'Keal Harry. I'm just going to go ahead and snap the ball right here. Now, he actually does get bumped a little bit, which is not what we want, but you guys see he's still going to end up getting in between the coverage, and he is super slow, but he actually ends up getting a touchdown. Now, typically you want a free release. Now, I'm not sure if there's a specific way that you can do that, but more times than not, he should be getting free releases. See if we can get here. There we go, perfect free release, and then you can just throw that, do a little bit of a swerve catch to get a better rat catch animation, and you're gone. Now, I might be throwing it a little bit early. You can wait a little bit longer than I am throwing it on that, just because, you know, and I'm actually just going to take a sack here because I don't want that pro reads thing just popping up on the screen. But like I was saying, you can wait to throw it. Typically, I mean, Tom Brady doesn't have the best throw power, so that's why I'm kind of throwing it a little bit early. But once again, it's just the same setup. Streak B, corner out RB, smart out X, boom. The great thing about these plays is that they're max protect, so that you have all day to throw, unless obviously they're sending 7. Then that's another discussion for another day. But again, snap our ball here. N'Keal's actually going to get bumped again here, but we can still do that swerve catch. I'm just going to fall down because we would get tackled anyway. So, like I said, more times than not, you should be getting the free release. Every time I run this play online, I do get a free release, so I'm not sure if it's the cover 3 that I'm going against or if it's just practice mode. But again here, now we see N'Keal gets a free release. I can wind it up, still swerve catch to get that better rat catch animation. Now, I get this comment a lot. If you guys don't know how to do the quote-unquote swerve catch that I'm doing, typically right after you throw the ball, you want to click onto your receiver. That's just pressing B. He also should be clicked on automatically, I'm pretty sure, but you just want to go on your left stick. I just quickly move him out of position by flicking my left stick, not all the way, just a little bit to the left, and then move him back in position. I would recommend going to practice mode, practice that a little bit. You could practice that with this cover 3 beater, but again, smart out X, streak B, corner out RB, boom, free release, what we want, wind that up, swerve catch, boom. And N'Keal Harry only has 87 speed, by the way, so this isn't like an 87 speed receiver, I believe. Just completely burning him over the top. Imagine if I had moved Dorsett over here, but like I said, it ends up not mattering. I'm going to show you guys the replay on why this works. Now, the wide receiver post actually is a big part of this, so I kind of want to start there. He's just going to keep the deep third from completely moving over to this right side, and it's just going to help a little bit. Believe it or not, you might think, oh, he's absolutely useless there. Why not just put a drag route? You could, but again, the middle third would travel to the right side of the field a little bit more. Look how much space we have. That's when I start my swerve catch, boom, and it's just a super easy play you can orchestrate out of any particular setup. Now, again, another setup I want to show, it's basically the same exact setup. Again, we're just setting up that cover 3 beater, sliding to the right, double teaming, but something that you might want to do in case he actually ends up using it is just put your tight end on a delay fade. Now, I'm just going to show this, not the cover 3 beater. Boom, you roll out, you tap A, and then A is going to go out on a route. Now, I probably should have rat caught, but this is the ultimate bailout. You see everybody run this out of gun bunch. You can run it out of any play, any formation as well, but it's just a little bit better in gun bunch just because of all the great route combos that you can do and how easy it is to throw the corner out. More times than not, the corner out should get over his coverage. He's going to have to user that. So the way you counter that is you could just put a drag, but I prefer this tight end delay. Pick up 10 yards. It's the ultimate bailout. Boom, you guys see, just roll out. Once you roll out, tap A. And like I said, it's better to have him on a double team just so that you don't get instant pressure, potentially risk a pressure inaccurate throw. So I'm I'm also going to show you guys another setup I like to kind of run with this play, and it's basically just going to be leaving the crosser on our field and just putting this guy on a corner route. Now this is, you're basically telling your opponent's user, choose one, I'm throwing the other. So I'm still going to roll out or double team this right of screen guy in case we throw the corner out, but I can still throw it across my body to B like so. And you guys see, it's just going to be a decision on whoever he wants to defend. You will throw the other one, a lot like PAY post out of split close. You basically have two crossing routes. Now here I'm going to throw the corner out, but it's just a super easy setup. Now this one's a little bit closer just because obviously I have no clear out, but you guys see it is still getting open, and that's just what you're going to have to deal with if you have two. Typically, more times than not, I find his user defending the corner route just because he's so worried about the bunch side, kind of ignores routes going from right to left. That is what you want. You can still leave the delay fade also. You can basically just put him on a delay fade every single time if you want. You guys see there, that was covered. So you have to be very careful about the crossing route getting open. If you wanted to get a little bit open, you could put X on a fade for this particular setup, but it is preference based. Also, you could try to roll out to the side. That would make it definitely a little bit easier so you can get that better pass lead trajectory. But you guys see, that is basically going to do it for our setups. One last setup I want to show you guys really quickly is just putting RB on a drag. He already is on drag, but you're just going to motion him over to this side. Boom, you have a drag crosser, simple high-low read. These are setups I run for when my opponent is sending 7, so just a super great bunch setup. Again, just A on a delay fade, RB on a drag, and then you can just go ahead and motion him over. If his opponent uses the crosser, which I would expect him to, the drag's going to be open. Obviously, you could hit our delay fade as well if nothing is open. So that's going to go ahead and do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well for some more Madden 20 videos upcoming. Also, make sure that you guys follow me on Twitter. Link to that will be in the description. Go check that out. And peace. I'm out here.